is Josiane Harden. I am the creator of Waterproof Pages, and this is my husband.
What's up, guys?
Justin.
My name is Justin.
So today I'm going to be interviewing him, which is exciting. So if you guys don't know what Waterproof Pages is, so it's pretty much, I started this vlog page a couple weeks ago, and if you have been following it, you know that I started it because of my daughter. So I was pregnant a couple months ago, and at 25 weeks, which is 6 months, I gave birth early. And my daughter had to be in the hospital for a couple months in the NICU, and I remember each day leaving the hospital from visiting her thinking, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna lose it, I'm gonna go crazy. And I had to find a way to release my thoughts and release, just all of my emotions. So I started writing little notes on my phone just to kind of like help me. And then I was like, you know what, there are so many other people that might be dealing with the same thing, why not start a blog? And then as soon as I started, I was like, you know what, why make it just for moms with babies in the NICU? There are so many things that I go through that I feel like other people might be able to relate to, and just women in general. So I decided to make it available to all women. So pretty much we're going to be talking about everything. I know he's with me and he's not a woman, but we're going to be talking about everything, just anything you can think of, honestly. So today we're gonna, like I said, I'm gonna be interviewing him. I wrote a blog post sometime this week. I had the honor of interviewing one of my friends, Shanithia Kendrick, and we talked about the topic of forgiving ourselves. So it's so hard for us women to forgive ourselves, and we tend to blame ourselves for things that we're not even responsible for. Like I said, my daughter was born prematurely, and one of the things the biggest thing that I've been blaming myself for the past couple months now is the fact that she came early. As a woman, you carry a child for 9 months, and the fact that I was only able to go for 6 months, I couldn't help but ask myself, or blame myself, did I do this? It wasn't something I ate. So for months I was carrying this weight and not knowing how to deal with it. So this past week I had to stop. I'm like, okay, you're gonna pause. Even though my daughter's home now, I'm like, you're gonna stop and you're gonna think about what happened, and you're gonna realize that it wasn't your fault. And I had to literally just let it go and forgive myself. So I wanted to have my husband with me because I know that I know what I went through, but I never really asked you, how was it for you, that experience?
I mean, we try not to think about so much because we know that, our wives, I knew you were going through so much, so I was kind of thinking, I don't have time to think about myself right now because I need to tend to my wife and my child. So I just kind of took it day by day, and we did take it day by day. This was so new for us. We had no idea this was gonna happen, and every day was a challenge. We went to go see her every single day. Every day had their challenges. Every day we had our wins and our losses. But for me, I mean, honestly, just I kind of approached it any other challenge in my life. I kind of just took it head on, and I said, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing or how to help, because us husbands, sometimes we don't know what to do, and sometimes we just need to be there. And for men, we don't think that's enough because physically we need to do something to show that we are there for our wives. So I guess for me, I mean, I was just taking it, I was just taking it day by day, just putting it on my back and just kind of carrying it as much as I could.
Right, I mean, yeah. So what would you say, I know we have different challenges and stuff, but yeah, what would you say, if you could pick one, what would you say was the biggest thing?
Biggest challenge?
Yeah.
For me, it was when we left the NICU every day, because we were leaving our daughter there with people. I mean, of course, nurses and stuff. But again, at the end of the day, leaving our daughter, I saw my wife go through hell and back to bring her into the world, and just to leave her there. and just come about our day and like, you know, clocking in and out parents. So that was probably the hardest thing for me, is that reality for that 3 months of like those clock in and out parents that we were. Because I mean, even though we stayed there for long periods of time, and my wife sometimes would stay there all day, it was still hard because when it comes to night, we want our baby home.
Right.
And that was very, very rough.
Right, yeah, it was really hard, you know, just leaving the hospital each time. It was like, oh my gosh, like, and I know another thing for me, it was sometimes I would see other women with their babies, and I'm like, oh, I just want my baby with me. So that was, you know, really hard. So do you think emotionally and just as a husband, do you feel like, I know at times I would have my moments, I would cry and be like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Like, do you feel like it was hard for you to be what I needed you to be, or do you feel like it was one of those things that you didn't have to think about? It was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna do it. Or do you feel like?
Well, no, there's certain times that, depending on the level of the moment, it seems to me, for me personally, that when it is an insane level of whatever the emotion or moment is, I don't think I just jump in and I do it. But when it comes to different moments where they're very low, I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. I felt like I couldn't be the man that you needed me to be in certain moments because I was thinking about it too much. And we know, like, so I think too much, and I overthink situations. But there's certain situations where I would say 50-50 to answer your question. Some moments I felt like I don't know what the heck I'm doing, and the other half it was like I knew what I was doing. I knew what I want you to feel and know and be there as a support, because again, she's in my eyes doing everything, and I'm just there to kind of like cheer her on, you know. Again, she just took this and just kind of like ran with it, just kind of like I was saying, like I did from that perspective, is because again, we had a pound and 13-ounce baby. I didn't want to hold her because I was too scared, but like my wife just took it on, and I was just so scared because she was so delicate. So I would say 50-50.
Right. Okay. So our daughter's home now, like I said. She's been home for a month now, like a little over a month. She's 4 months old, and she's great, you know. So what would you say, since she's been home, you know, we've had a lot of adjustment to do. So what was the biggest thing that you had to adjust?
Sleep.
Right.
Sleep. I mean, even before I was a night owl, before my wife came, I'm a night owl. I run my own business. So, but it's still like the sleep deprivity it's real. It's very real because it's like there'll be things that we'll be talking about. I'll leave the room to go get the bottle of the late night feeds and stuff like that, and I'll come back and continue a conversation that ended 2 days ago, and I'm thinking we just left.
You're right.
It's real like that. So I would say sleep. The sleep deprivity is very real. That was a big adjustment for me. Still adjusting.
Right. I think for me the biggest thing is just confidence. I feel like prior to, you know, having a baby, I always worked with kids, and then, you know, so I was like, oh, I got this mommy thing, you know, it's gonna be so easy. And then having to, you know, having a newborn is hard, and then having a premature newborn is like even harder. So we had to make a lot of adjustments. Like I had to stop working for a while. I can't go back to work. You know, she's too sensitive right now to be in daycare. And also just, you know, like I said, right now I'm dealing with not feeling confident enough. You know, she's a snacker. She doesn't like to eat a lot. She'll just snack. And then it's like, oh, am I doing too much? Am I not doing enough? So I've had to adjust, I guess, to answer the question, adjust my mind, like my thoughts and stuff, like, and really, like, I have to literally give myself like a pep talk every day. Like,
it's like your perception on that, and like literally I've seen her daily go through these hills and valleys, because it's like one day, oh, she's doing great.
Right.
She had a 3-ounce bottle. We got it. And then it seems to be every time we go to like doctor visit, it's like I can see her like just whittle down, because it's like she has to be 10 pounds. She has to be 10 pounds. She's not, oh, maybe I'm not doing enough. She's always like that. So especially for the husband, it's always like, no, babe, like encouraging her. And again, it's kind of a catch-22 in a way, because it's very beautiful to see it, because as a married couple, like, we'll have our lows and our highs off. Like, today it's her low and my high, so I'm like encouraging her. Tomorrow I might be like, man, I suck as a husband right now. And she's like, no, baby, you're doing a lot. No, I'm not doing enough. So it's kind of really cool to see you do that every day. Like,
all right, thank you so much for being here. I had so much fun doing this with you. Hopefully we'll do more videos together. If you have been reading my posts, I want to ask you guys to go ahead and follow my page, just to make sure that you guys don't miss any future posts. I will be releasing a post every Tuesday, and hopefully I'll be doing more videos as well, so you guys are not stuck just reading. So yeah, thank you for watching, and see you next time.